Court is calling 2022 CR 7605, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Alvarez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Andrew Pratt.
And are you Mr. Alvarez? All right, did you understand your charge of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count 2. There's $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2022 CR 7603, 2022 CR 7604, and there's $228 for laboratory testing and restitution. Did you understand that to be the agreement? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Judge. State Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I'm just not going too far into any other things that are going on. You know, there's a shift of Mr. Alvarez between this spring and the next. Ever since then, he has been more. Let me put it this way. I've noticed he's been more time. He's been on it. He's been doing everything much better than I. With that in mind, I know there's a number of questions the court has to ask him about parent and things like that. But I do want to ask that you follow the plea bargain agreement, and I'd be happy to address any issues we have.
Okay. All right, Mr. Alvarez, who is Amy Vasquez to you?
Amy Vasquez?
Yes. That's who's listed in this report.
Amy Vasquez, I don't know Amy Vasquez.
It's AIMEE, Nicole Vasquez. So you don't know her?
No.
And who is Tina Bocanegra?
My sister.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I got 4 daughters,
What are their ages?
9, 8, and 6 and 4.
What's their birth date?
December 10th, January 18th, October 1st, and January 16th.
You sure about the last one? That is January 16th?
January, February. I think it is January, right?
Are you sure? Because either when it's,
February.
all right, because it's her birthday, either you're gonna be very late or you're gonna be very early.
It's February.
All right, you need to make sure you remember that. All their
Maybe some of
birthdays.
My daughter January, February, I always get them mixed up.
Okay. I'm sure they don't like that because somebody's present is either early or late. So are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do?
Construction, painting houses.
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Probably like marijuana.
All right. Have you been using anything else? All right. So when's the last time you used marijuana?
Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Here's the thing, when you're on probation, and I know people say, it's just marijuana. I am coming to the conclusion that marijuana leads to other things. Because usually when people say, oh, I'm just having a beer, and if they have an alcohol problem, then that beer translate into harder liquors. And then marijuana usually translate into harder drugs. And before you look up, you're using marijuana for everything. Oh, I had a hard day. Oh, I just need to chill and relax. And then the next thing you know, you're doing marijuana, and then you look up, your life has passed you by. Because your children who are 9, 8, 6, and 4, do you want them using marijuana? Do you want them around people who use marijuana? You're the person they're around who uses marijuana. And regardless, the way children are now in school, a majority of them, I think, know what marijuana smells like. And I know you don't want them being teased by other children about your dad uses marijuana, right? So you're going to have to be a better role model to them. Children mimic what they see. And if you're smoking marijuana, then if they love you, which I'm hoping that they do, they think that's okay. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you're going to have to be a better father to them.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's 4 girls. And you know what that means? When they get older, you know who's going to come knocking on your door?
About it.
No.
Are the boyfriends?
Yeah, thank you. Andrew knows. And you know, if they end up having a boyfriend who smokes marijuana and you're like, hey, he just smokes marijuana, he's a pothead, you know, they're going to say, well, Dad, you smoke marijuana. You don't want them to do that, right? Okay, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. And whether you're on for 3 years or not, it's completely up to you. If you complete everything successfully, then your attorney can come back and ask that you're terminated early. If you're not completing everything successfully, don't bother sending your attorney in, okay? And I'm going to have you tested for levels. So those levels for the marijuana had better start going down. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. Take in consideration 2022 CR 7603, 2022 CR 7604. There's $228 for testing. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. You're going to have UA testing for levels. And then once he's negative, it can just be regular UAs unless there are issues. 150 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination with booster. Court is not requiring you to you to do that, but if you've already had it or if you've done it, 40 of those hours will be deducted. I'm going to want parenting classes with triple T. Once you complete the parenting classes, the remaining of the hours will be waived. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider with minors. We'll do field visits for 3 months, 1 time per month. And probation, if there are no issues with the field visits at that point, then the probation can discontinue them or have them as they see fit. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Alvarez, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Is there anything else you need from me in order to be successful on this probation?
No, Your Honor. The level thing really helped me out because I started had to stop smoking and I was on probation still and I was still coming out barely. They had into argument, even though I had to stop smoking and my level just kept up.
Oh, well, we're gonna see about that.
All right.
And I think your attorney will tell you that I always, sometimes if it's appropriate, I usually have compliance hearings. All right, good luck to you. Everything you do from here on out, the choices you're making, you need to ask yourself, is this something that I'm doing could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? That's your first question. And you know what your second question should be? Is this something my daughters would be proud of me for doing? And if any of those questions are no, then you need not do it. Okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2023 CR 8797W and 2023 CR 8796W, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Tino Alvarez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
And Nico
Defense.
Kalfas on behalf of Mr. Alvarez, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Alvarez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, have you received all the discovery and that you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
And each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And cause number 2023 CR 8796W, you're charged with evading arrest, detention of a vehicle. And in cause number 2023 CR 8797W, you're charged with DWI, third or more. Those are both third-degree felonies. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, your plea is punishment be assessed at 9 years in the prison, no applications. The cases will run concurrent. And if you are not present on your sentencing dates, you'll be subject to the full range of punishment. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then it, and cause number ending in 8797W, which is driving while intoxicated. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I'm guilty.
And cause number ending in 8796W, evading arrest, detention. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea.
Your Honor, in each cause I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objection.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, and cause number 2023 CR 8796W, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. All right, and cause number 2023 CR 8797W, court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding to sentencing?
Your Honor, we're going to ask the court to humbly reset us for 30 days for sentencing. He's been on bond. One of his bondsmen on one case had filed an off bond, but there was an affidavit also filed since then to reinstate the bond. And so we're asking the court to reinstate his bond and allow him 30 days to wrap up some of his personal affairs. He has personal property both at his mother's house and the mother of his children's house, and has been living actually there. And we would like to just get his personal items all in order and together. Additionally, he has 4 children and a stepchild he's very close to, and he'd like the opportunity to say goodbye to before he does his 9-year sentence.
All right, State, do you have any objection?
No, Your Honor, it's just as part of his plea agreement, he is open to the full range of punishment if he fails to report. So we just asked the court to admonish him that he's open to the full range if he doesn't report on the day he's supposed to report, Judge.
All right. So, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset? All right, we're going to be back on November 9th. Is there any objection to the court? The bondsman wishes to go back on the bond, and it's the court's understanding that the bondsman, the reason for his not having a bond is simply just because the bondsman got off his bond and for no other reason. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes.
And so now the bondsman wants to be back on his bond. Any objection?
No objection.
All right. And I know this is not an application. What are the cases that you're taking in consideration? Are those drug cases? What are they?
It's DWI third and an evading drug.
The evade, we're pleading to the evade, we're pleading to a DWI, and there's going to be a DWI that's TIC and just some drug cases. I said just some drug cases, some drug cases.
All right. If you all will make sure that, here it is. Thank you, Caroline. You had it waiting for me. All right, this is what the court is going to do. I know it's for time, but probation, can you just do a preliminary probation? have him talk to a probation officer.
Is this
Officer.
Mr.
Mark Alvarez.
Mark Anthony Tino Alvarez?
Yes.
He's already on probation, Judge.
Oh, he is?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, we don't need to do that. Okay, so he,
There's a motion to revoke on file.
okay. All right, we'll take up the MTR when we come back then.
Very well.
All right, so we can go off the record. Mr. Alvarez, you need to make sure that you are here. You understand?
Yes,
Right. They'll give you a reset form.
So.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8797W, 2023 CR 8796W, 2022 CR 7605, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Alvarez. Can our parties approach and announce for the record?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Neil Kalfas on behalf of Mr. Alvarez. Your
Yeah,
Honor.
that's on Mr. Kelly. All right, we're here for sentencing.
And Judge, I know we're here for sentencing today, and we're certainly ready to be sentenced if that's what the court pleases. Mr. Alvarez and his family has asked me if it would be possible any way he could get past the holidays or at least through some of them.
No,
Very well, Your Honor.
all right. So you entered a plea in cause number 2023 CR 8797W. The court will follow your agreement. And Mr. Alvarez, I want you to know that I don't take any of this lightly as far as when there's a request for people to wait to be sentenced, maybe after holidays or something of the, or some other date. But you entered a plea to be sentenced on October 5th. And now a month has passed. So that is why we're going to go forward with sentencing, okay? So I wanted you to know that I internalize your counsel's requests and I actually really strongly consider it, okay? All right. So in cause number 2023 CR 8797W, the court is going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 9 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 8796W and (2022) CR 7605. Take in consideration the following NITMAG numbers: 704498, 704692, 727545, and cause number 2023 CR 8796W. The court will follow your agreement. Court will sentence you to 9 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 8797W. All right, so have you all discussed the motion to revoke? All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 7605. Mr. Alvarez, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. First amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, and second amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. And counsel, could you do a trial court certification?
I will, Judge.
It's on the wall. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Mark Anthony Tino Alvarez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 7605 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on November 2nd, 2022 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
This is on the first amended, Judge. This is violated condition number 4. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Mark Anthony Tino Alvarez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April and May 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
And Your Honor, we waive the other violations alleged in the motions.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you understand by pleading? That's okay.
I apologize.
No, that's fine. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor, we're asking that you grant the motion and the MTR can concurrent with the other cause, Judge.
And how much time are you asking?
9 years, Judge.
All right. Mr. Alvarez, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. And did you understand the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 9 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 8796W and 2023 CR 8797W. And I'll have that run concurrent with your sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Alvarez, I realize that 9 years is a long time. Honestly, any time that you do in custody, that's a long time. Even if it's one day, it's a day out of your life. So you're going to have to start making better decisions. Otherwise, when you come back, you're going to get to the point where you're in the habitual status, and your counsel will tell you when you're marked as a habitual, in a majority of felony cases, your minimum is going to be 25 years. And that's a super long time. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Have
You're welcome.
excuse?
Yes. Thank you.